Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe here, and today I'm going to be bringing you my first ever Black Ops commentary. So I'm going to start by showing you what classes to use, and then I'm going to head on to things like actual gameplay movements and some good tips and tricks. So please enjoy. So to start with, in this gameplay I got 85 and 8, so 85 kills, 8 deaths. And I'm using sensitivity 4, I think, in this gameplay. You might not think it, but the best players use either 3 or 4 sensitivity. And yeah, you may think that that's stupid. I use 10 and it's amazing, but you're more likely to be able to control a lower sensitivity if you can control a higher sensitivity. So the more you can control it, the better you'll play. So yeah, I'm using 4 on this, but I might be using something like 6. I was testing quite a lot. So that's what you would need first with. And then for a class, I would recommend using an assault rifle with silencer, because it's stealthy and it's not much of a damage difference. And in this game, there is no stopping power like there was in Modern Warfare 2, so you don't really need to worry about them overpowering you with damage, so suppressor helps a lot. And in this gameplay, which I was also recommending using scavenger to start with, because well really, perk 1 is there aren't any gameplay affected perks, so scavenger helps you with your ammo. And like on Modern Warfare 2, I wouldn't use scavenger because I'd be using sleight of hand, and I'd use sleight of hand for the second perk on Black Ops because it actually physically affects your gameplay. It can get you kills, whether scavenger can't. It can just keep you alive longer or something. So I would recommend using perks that actually affect physical gameplay. So when you're running around and you get a kill, you can do a quick reload and then take out the second guy. So yeah, it just clears that bit. And secondary, Black Ops, I recommend just a pistol. But in Modern Warfare 2, I use a shotgun because it's available. But because the only thing that's really available in Black Ops is the pistols, along with launchers, which you don't really need to use launchers unless you want a class for anti-air. So you'd want a Semtex, just a quick lethal grenade to get you kills when you need it. Concussion grenade, I recommend using that and not flash grenade, because flash grenade is very slow throw. So a lot of the time you'll find that when you're throwing it, somebody will pop around the corner and kill you. But with a concussion, you can throw it into a room or throw it in the middle of a battle, and it will help out a lot. So then what you would want is the third perk, which I missed out, sorry. Either Ninja or Marathon I'd recommend, because yeah, in Black Ops the third perk, they aren't amazing, they just assist you quite slightly. So I either use Ninja or Marathon sometimes if I want to run around the outside of the map, and Ninja just as a regular thing because it's silent footsteps, so it is very good, and you can just sneak around and stuff. And I'm also playing Domination in this, which is the best game mode to play in my opinion, because it's really good for your KD, pretty much, because you can spawn trap, which if you don't know what that is, then spawn trapping is basically when you get them onto one spawn. So like now we've got them on the C spawn, and I'm just picking them out from the spawn, and so they don't have as much chance of killing me as I do to killing them. And unlike game modes like Headquarters, there are no spawns at all. I mean, there are no spawn locations, so you'll spawn anywhere where there's free space. So for example, at the start of the game, you don't spawn with your team, you spawn near enemies, which means that you can't spawn trap, which means you're going to get flanked quite a lot. And it's not as tactical as Domination. So most people I know that play Headquarters have very bad KDs and stuff, so I'd recommend using it for that thing. Next, I'm going to go on to the obvious. Don't camp. Firstly, people get really confused on what camping actually is. Camping is when you're lying down mostly, or just crouching and staying in exactly the same place for a certain amount of time, waiting for people to come towards you. Camping is not staying in a building like what people think. That could be patrolling the area, just keeping it under your control and killing people when they come into it. Not camping. I did at the start of this video, well, a bit earlier on, I did stay in a window for a bit. That is, I guess you can't say camping, but it was just for a minute, because if I know I'm on a good kill streak, if I'm on a high streak, then I probably will just sit in a building if I'm there for a minute. If I know there are enemies coming along, I won't sit there at the start of a game and wait for enemies to come on. I'll just stay there if I know they're gonna come. So yeah, in this gameplay I've got I think it's either 2 or 3 dogs so far, and I'm using the motion sensor equipment because it works the same as a spy plane at close range. So I'll either use that or the claymore, because the claymore is just useful in any situation. If you're in a building, then you can put it down and it assists you, or if you're just walking around, you can put it next to a spawn point or something, and then it just gets you an extra kill. With the motion sensor, you can pick it up and move it around, and you'll always have a radar, so you know where the enemies are. So that's why I would recommend using that. So at the moment now I'm about to get my 3rd dogs. You can see here I'm just going in and out of the same place, spawn trapping them and moving around and not staying in the same place, so they don't know where to kill me. And one thing is to not run straight through the map, because you're most likely going to die. Because if you run straight through the map, there are usually a lot of campers around, or people who, well, there should usually be somebody waiting in the middle of the map with aim down their sight, waiting for someone to walk through. So if you run down, you will most likely die. So what you should do is go into small areas, not big areas, and make your way round to their spawn. Like, see, I'm in this area here. I'm using the wall as cover. I'm not running straight. I'm not standing in the middle of nowhere. I'm using the wall as cover. Like here as well, I'm next to that wall, so I've got extra cover there, and it can usually keep you alive. And also, one of the most common mistakes is when people are running directly at a door. So what I do is, if I'm running towards a door, I'll run to the side, and then I'll jump out and shoot the guy. I won't run directly into the space of the door, because as soon as somebody walks up there and gets a sight on me, they'll kill me. So it can save you a lot, and it's obviously a very good tactic to use. So that's what I'd recommend. So I've just put my motion sensors down here because I know that guys are going to pop around the corner. And the game's nearly over, so I've just got my SR-71 in and just died by a grenade there. I should have looked, really. So I was a bit stupid at that bit. Usually, if you're running the SR-71, most of the time I would call it in my next life, so I can hopefully get another one. But if I'm in a bad position, so I know that there might be people around, or well, if I know there are people I can kill, then I won't call it in, because I know I can get my dogs and then use it for the next round. But what I might do is use it in my next life, and then obviously get my next kill streak. But it's very risky, and it just depends on what situation you're in. The game's coming to an end. I get my SR-71 here, but this is something I shouldn't really do, because I know there's somebody in that window, and I was killed. So I'm basically just repeating the spawn track. 85 kills to 8 deaths in the end, which is a very good score. And because they will spawn in pretty much the same area, all you've got to do is repeat what you do during the game, and if it works at the start, then it should work during the end. Then you can end up getting a good score. So the game's almost over now. I'm using this as cover here. I killed 2 of them. See, guys walked past, took out him with a triple feed. Then I knew there was a guy in there, so I've killed him, and then I finished the last guy up here for the final kill. So hope you enjoyed my first commentary. So if you liked it, please comment, like and subscribe please if you really liked it. Final score 85 and 8. I'll be putting some more commentaries up soon, so thanks and see ya.